Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last 10 Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another amazing piece of work from the Steam Workshop. This is the Villa Bellevue by Fuse62, and I have to say, this is a really nice bit of design, and I'm not too sure if it's a villa or it's an actual miniature base with all the components you need, but it seems to have a lot of features that I really like. So we're going to do a quick external tour as usual, and then we'll go inside and have a look at the beautifully decorated interior. So if we just pan out, we can actually see the scale of this thing. You can see it's located on this massive rock. That's going to give it some really good defensive capabilities, but at the same time, if you crash your ship, getting back up to this base is going to be a bit of a problem. So you can come around the back and see we've got multiple areas, and he's used some really modern sort of design assets as well. You can just see the shape of the structure. We've got these large glass sort of opening areas and the variety of balconies that we actually have. But we'll start down here at the bottom. We've got one of the large hangar bays at the bottom with a few different ships. We've got space to fit a few ships inside as well. The next area is we have a detention center. I'll show you in there in a minute, but it is a really small area just to keep your prisoners, I'm guessing. And then a room up, we have the reactor room, and then we actually enter into what I'm guessing is the main living quarters, and it's got this beautifully shaped balcony as well as this roof that's canting to one side. Now, to some of them people with OCD, where it's not parallel on both sides, they're going to be a little bit upset, but it rocks my world. I like it quite a lot. We can continue up the staircase on the left hand side. We've got a secondary landing pad with these little spotlights that have been used to decorate the external corners of the pad, but at the same time they could be turned on to guiding ships, I'm guessing, as well. And he's done the same over here with another spotlight to guiding ships on this much smaller pad without the balcony. You can see we've got another little entrance way, and as we come around the back, you can see he's also staggered the buildings off from one another, so you don't get this really square, blocky sort of shape. You get a really more natural evolution of shapes molding together, and he's used the curve blocks, and not many people use these curve blocks in construction, so it's quite rare. And if you look underneath, he's also tried to support the structure as well, give it a little bit of a feeling that it actually is supported by the ground around it rather than it's levitating like a lot of people leave the structures in Space Engineers. But here you can see one of the second balconies, more spotlights, a bit too small to land a ship on this one, but still just a really cool function. And as we pan up into this area, we've got an antenna. Now I think it's time to take a look inside, so we're going to land and go from bottom to top first. We're going to go actually into the hangar room. The hangar room is extremely simple, but that's what you need in your survival world. You don't want something overly complicated. You can see we've actually got the hangar here, and in this area we have a lift shaft. We can actually use the lift to get up to the next level. You can see there's a piston on this, and all we do is simply hit the piston and we'll fly up to the next area. That's the detention center. But for purposes of this, you've got this beautiful glass elevator shaft which is going to thrust up to this next level. But that elevator is very important because you're not going to have that hydrogen power to get up to the next level. So now we're in the detention center. We can actually come over here and have a look at the cells that we've got. We'll pop the door open, we'll open up the second level of cells, and you can see we've got a very small detention center with a camera to keep watch, as well as the toilet facilities. Took the care to put that in because it's very important. You don't want them destroying your beautiful white interior, but I'm not going to get into that in any more detail. I'll leave that to your imagination. So as we come into this area, we've got a final area where the piston leads up to the next floor. Now we're actually up to the next level, but something I want to point out about the detention center, the only way out I can actually tell is by either coming up into the reactor room or going down into the hangar area. So that is very interesting, and it keeps it a little bit more secure rather than just flying and jumping outside straight away. Even though surviving a drop from this level wouldn't be too advisable, I guess a prisoner might do it to try to escape. Now let's head into the reactor room and see what we've got inside here. So once again, we've got this really beautiful white interior, and I love the shape of this window. Just look at that. It always just takes my breath away when you see the landscape like that in the Space Engineers, since we've just not had it before. Now entering through this door, we enter into the reactor room, and in here we have a few other features as well. We can actually turn on our projector block and project the whole of the base, so you can see the base is blueprinted here, so we can see different areas. And from a reactor point of room, a main sort of power room, this is quite important. You can see where you need to send the power to, or where different intruders are within the base as well. So we've got everything from the hangar at the bottom all the way up to the conference room at the top and the living quarters. So we'll turn that off, save a little bit of the lag. And over here we have, of course, the main power source for this base that's actually dug into the rock to give it a bit more protection. A very nice idea. So now that we're back outside, he's actually left us a little bit of a speeder on standby here that we could power up and travel around the valley below, or maybe up and explore the area as well. So if we head up through this staircase, this area just reminds me of some sort of James Bond evil lair. I think in one of the movies they had an area that was full of glass like this and just looked over this massive plain. It just looked so beautiful, but at the same time it was an evil mastermind sort of base. If we take a look through there, you can see we've got another great view from this side of the station as well. We've got these really nice little angled landing lights. So let's pop open the first door and we'll head into the living quarters. Now the first thing you'll notice in here is just how real it feels. You've got this beautiful area in the middle that I'll show you as a projector in a minute. We've also got this angled roof that just provides the area with a lot of light. We can even see a planet up there as well. And we've got this fish tank. This fish tank it's not a real fish tank, is it? But it's just an LCD monitors. But at the same time, it just adds a little bit more depth to the room, maybe quite literally with a bit of water. We've got two little coffee tables on both sides and a great seating area, so you could have a few parties in this room if you wanted to. So let's actually have a look. Lights, Terrace main. We're looking for the projector, so there we go. Turn the projector preview on, and you can see we can have a nice look at a ship as we're having a drink or doing whatever in this area. Perfect for an AFK sort of room in survival, but otherwise you could fill it with some more important things if you wanted to, like refineries and assemblers. But there we go, a nice little ship. So let's cut that off, save a little bit of the lag that these blueprints tend to generate, and we'll head into the next area of the station. So coming through here, we open into a more open area. To the left, we've got the outside pad that I've already shown you, so I'm not going to go too far in detail to that. And we've got another little games room here. We've got a nice view of the outside of the landing pad, as well as two sort of pool, or I think are this snooker? I think so. Tables. So we'll open up this frame and we'll head into the next area. So to the left we have a beautiful staircase, and he's really kept this open sort of plan feel, so when we look out through these windows we just feel like we're outside. It feels like a base that is actually built outside on the edge of the actual construction itself. To the left, nothing. To the right we have, I believe it's dining room. We'll check the button. Yeah, dining room it is. So we can pop this open and we can have our dinner on these little tables that is created by building small ships around it. It's really nice. Look at that view as well. You can see back down into the base as you're eating your meal. Head back outside and we'll head down the stairs. Now the second floor below seems to be a bit more business orientated, as well as medical facilities down here. We've got a fish tank on each floor. So there we go, another fish tank as we turn the corner. And as we get to this level, to the right, we have a small little room here, an airlock to the outside, as well as, I believe this is a bedroom. I could be right. No, this is a living room. So we're heading to here. This one's quite dark. It's not got the lights on, but we can actually access the lights through here. So pop that on. You can see we've got a living room, some nice private areas. We can listen to music and do whatever. Very cool indeed. Switch that light off and we'll head out to the left. Now into this next area, we have the medbay across the hall. Okay, that's the lights. That's not the medbay. There's the medbay. So into this area we've got a few beds, quite simple, a bit dark in here, but we can obviously turn the light on. Medbay, and we've got the windows here to anyone who's injured or dead can lie in these beds and get a bit of time to recuperate. Another great view. Wow. So now that we're moving on to the final area of this place, we're going to actually have a look at the conference room. Now the conference room is one of my favorite rooms. We've got these massive LCD monitors on both sides, and in the center of the room we've actually got a little ship that's projected. So I don't know, you could have an emission briefing showing the crafts that you're using just in the center of the table there. Just really beautiful. I really like that. And over here we've got two LCD screens once again showing a star map and maybe a location in the universe to visit. And the other benefit of this room is you've got another amazing outlook on approaching hostiles or whatever's going on out there. I mean, this is not the most secure facility. There's a lot of glass involved, but at the same time, the visibility you get out of it is absolutely beautiful. So this is the main bedroom. So the conference room door, this is the bedroom door. So we can actually pop into here. Now this is quite simple. I'll just try to get the lights on for the bedroom. We can see we've got a lovely little LCD telly, double bed, and then over that side we've just got a bit of an empty room and a balcony that we can go out on. And we've also got a glass floor within the balcony so you can see below as well. Just really cool. I just love detailed places like this. I've not really reviewed a station in a while, but I think this station was definitely worth taking a look at. Let's go outside and we'll wrap this up. So overall, it was a beautiful station to take a look at, and I really recommend checking it out. It has a lot of great ideas for inspiration for building your own sort of stations on top of these locations as well. The downsides to it is I don't think you could access it. If you crashed a ship or had a problem, you wouldn't have enough hydrogen to actually get out there, so maybe it needs a sort of backup tunnel or some way of getting up into the structure if you lose contact with your ship or lose contact with the station above. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.